The underwater update is finally released and it's insane. Let's check it out. The Atlantis update in TSG. It has got the thumbnail we've already seen. One thing I've noticed, the game takes longer to load. It took a bit under 1 minute for me. But that's probably because of the massive map expansion. Alright, we got a map expansion and swimming. A new boss, the Kraken. This update is huge. To new armor sets, let's go, and new buildables. Well, only the workbench and another really cool thing which I'm going to show later. And extremely important, the chest dupe method is finally patched. Finally, everyone has to grind for their new stuff now. There are also 3 new voting options: firearms, jungle extension and traps. My favorites are still bigger caves and Asian biome. Looks like bigger caves and caverns is winning right now. Nice. Alright, so the water still looks the same. But when you go into it, you have the option to dive down. There are also many new particle effects for like jumping into the water. I still wish for a setting to disable those effects, especially the smoke when building. Anyway, if you move your camera under the water surface, you can already see the ocean got quite deep. Alright, let's press F now. It moves your character down a bit. And then, you can move around freely. You also have this oxygen level bar right here. I like the design, but maybe move it a bit out of the center of my screen lol. It takes a bit of time to get used to the swimming controls. But it feels extremely smooth and good. You can't swim in first person, that's bugged. If your oxygen level is low, you can just swim up to the surface. Your bar fills up pretty quick again. The underwater biome is so beautiful, undone, and the dev team really did an amazing job. Wow. It looks like there are no new achievements by the way. Alright, the new buildings. So, there's this new workstation next to the steel smelter. And this thing next to the ice floor. Let's unlock the new smelter. Here we go. The Atlantean workbench. Take some basic materials, and this new resource, 20 corals. I didn't actually see any corals yet. So let's search for some. And oh, there's one lol. You mine it with your pickaxe. They are one hit with the dark steel one. Looks like it drops 8 corals. So, we need to mine 2 more for the new crafting station. Oh, a whale. I thought they won't add any fish. Awesome. They do have quite a bit of health. And it drops 8 meat. Not bad. Although a whale you fish gives 20 meat. Why don't the swimming whales just drop 1 whale item? And oh, I'm out of oxygen. And I'm stuck in the floor or something. If that happens to you, just spam jumps. You take 5 damage every time when you're out of oxygen. So that's not that bad. I finally got enough materials for the Atlantean workbench. Oh yeah, all the new items have a description too. If they have that, you can see that the developers really did their best for this update lol. The model for the new crafting station looks awesome as always. It really looks Atlantean, really nice. So, we got to crafting lines. I don't know how to call it. One of them is the new scuba gear. The other one the new Atlantis armor. By the number of crafting recipes, it looks like we're not getting a new crossbow. Good. This is probably Atlantean steel. I'm probably going to get this from the new boss fight. But let's make a set of scuba gear. The model looks so good. At least with the helmet and without head cosmetics lol. And yes, we have 1000 oxygen instead of 100 now. That's a huge increase, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, you can shoot bows underwater just like on land. I don't understand how this is supposed to work physically lol. Oh, a structure, with 1 gold ore and 1 iron node. This new underwater biome is huge. I'm probably going to make a video where I discover all the secrets this double the original map-sized biome contains later. And here comes the new shark. It is now able to follow you underwater. Imagine you're just building something, and then you get jump-scared by a shark in TSG lol. It can also get back to the surface, obviously. And this is probably a bug, but I got the Master Hunter achievement. I heard from a few other people that the same happened to them. The shark drops for meat now. Makes sense. Alright, so we should be able to build underwater, right? And yes, we can. Time to add an underwater base to literally every single base LOL. You can't really sit on a toilet, by the way. Well, you get the toilet effect, but it seems like you're getting glitched out of it straight again. And you can't sleep underwater. You don't get the effect, by the way. So, this means we can't set our spawn points in our underwater bases. You can use lights underwater though, and that looks awesome. Also, I love how the shadow of the whale still gets to the ground of the ocean. Alright, let's test something. What happens if I take off my armor? Oh yes, it just decreases the oxygen max. So, the pants add 200 to the max, the scuba armor, basically the chest plate, adds 300, and finally, the helmet adds 400. So, it might even be worth it to keep on dark steel pants when fighting underwater. Or maybe combine this with the Atlantis armor. Also yes, the scuba gear is just like copper armor, defensive-wise. Something that the devs might have to fix is that the oxygen level GUI is showing through other menus, like the inventory, or just like here, a crafting menu. And yes, the scuba gear parts also have individual descriptions. If you struggle with the movement underwater, here are some tips. If you're stuck on the ground, you can jump once and then just swim forwards. You can swim to the ground to stand there, and you can use shift lock. In my opinion, it's way easier with that enabled. Alright, let's unlock the other building. You have to place the ice floor for that. It's a bubble spawner. You need ice for it. Let's go. Another use for that resource. Corals of course, and this, the Atlantean crystal. I'm really gonna have to defeat that boss and get some of this new material. Some random experiments I did, so I accidentally placed those poles in the floor previously, and I wasn't able to get them out of there anymore. But now, they're free again, since the water got deeper. Nice, horses and boats still behave the normal way. Which oddly means you can't ride your horse at the bottom of the ocean LOL. It would have been cool if we got like dolphins or something, which we could use like horses, but underwater. You can also search for specific stuff underwater while driving a boat by holding the camera, like this. It's quite useful to discover hidden stuff, and look what I've found. It's a giant hole with a lot, and I mean a lot of corals. This might be the best spot to farm corals, but I'm gonna prove that in the discovering video. Well, the spot is next to the jungle right here. Also, this is interesting. It looks like, spread over the underwater biome, there are invisible bubble spawners or something. There are these oxygen bubbles at least. As soon as you touch them, your oxygen level bar is gonna fill up a bit again. Quite useful for farming these corals, I guess. Anyway, let's find Atlantis, the location of the new boss. Yes, I think I found it. Look at this in the distance. There are a lot of old Atlantis ruins. They all lead to one building, the main boss room. And simple games, give us this box in the hammer menu LOL. So here we go, I guess. The boss room is bounded by this water wall. In private servers, we can just walk through this. Looks like this is the room that opens as soon as you defeated the Kraken. I'm so excited for the boss fight. The room looks epic. No idea who or what this is LOL. You can actually build in the boss room, by the way. At least on private servers. It's not possible on publics. This is what Atlantis looks from the top. It's located between the Arctic and the desert. Interestingly, many people thought that's gonna be the case on a previous community post. Anyway, only 2 things left. Well, 3 actually. Defeat the boss, craft the new armor set, and then test the bubble spawner. So let's switch to a public server. since the boss doesn't spawn on private servers. What's this right next to the desert? Wait, what? This looks so amazing. This could be a really nice underwater base spot, not gonna lie. Yes, I'm gonna build something right here in the future. It's another 3 Orion spot. Long story short, I got killed on my first public server I joined by someone who somehow glitched out of this boss room. Well, his teammate asked if he's using cheats, and he said yes, lol. For my second attempt, I tried one of the smallest servers, and that worked surprisingly well. I asked if someone wants to help me kill the boss, and this guy said yes. So shout out to I'm Not Good. Awesome name, lol. Some more people joined my kingdom, and they already started killing the boss. So how this works is, as soon as the boss is triggered, the boss room locks, and nobody can get in or out. If all the people inside die, the gate is gonna open again, and the boss respawns in less than a minute. If the Kraken got defeated, the front gate and the door to the treasure room opens. Everyone can go and get the Atlantean steel then. And after 10 more minutes, the loot room locks again, and the Kraken is ready to respawn again. Our teammates successfully defeated the Kraken, so I was able to steal some of their Atlantean ore, lol. I got 8, which seems to be the normal amount with the double resources game pass. So, a free-to-play user gets 16 Atlantean ore normally, but he could theoretically get 32. He's lucky that every single ore gets mined with the mining bonus chance. Alright, this is what the new material looks like. According to its description, Atlantean crystal is what powered the mighty old civilization. I actually love how much lore this new underwater update contains. You can't drop it, by the way. Even if the main dupe is fixed, there are probably other dupes. So yeah, it's probably safer by just disabling dropping. Let's craft an Atlantean steel bar. It unlocks the trident and the chestplate, just like with every armor tier. According to the Atlantean steel's description, it has fantastic underwater characteristics. Alright, looks like the next boss is ready. Here's how it works. To start it, you have to swim to the middle of the boss room. Make sure that all your friends are in the room with you. They can't get in otherwise. Although I heard that you can end the boss fight and unlock the main door or something. No idea how that works though. Make sure to let me know in the comments. Also, make sure to like and subscribe if you like the video. Anyway, at the start, there's this giant eye and this one tentacle. You can damage the tentacle by hitting it with your sword. And if the eye is open, you can hit that one too. Looks like that one deals more damage, but it's closed most of the time. The tentacle spins and hits at you. The lower the Kraken's health gets, the more tentacles it releases. There are also some special attacks, like those rocks that fly down from the roof, and this tint cloud. I think I'm gonna make a how to defeat the Kraken video, just like I did for the Titan, as soon as I figured out exactly how this boss works. Also, to make sure you don't run out of oxygen, you can regenerate some of that from the bubble that spawns in the top middle of the room. Alright, as soon as the boss is dead, make sure to get to the treasure room as fast as possible, or the other people are gonna steal your loot. There are 4 Atlantean crystal ores spawning, each of them on these 4 plateaus. Alright, this round is done. It's quite crazy how many people are here now. The server had 3 people when I joined it, and now this. This is pretty good. The more players, the faster the boss fight. The next boss fight was already much faster. But yeah, it was basically the same as the first one. So I'm gonna skip through all of the 4 I did. Thanks to everyone that joined those boss fighting rounds. I'm probably gonna make a boss fighting stream in the future, so you can also get some Atlantean ore, even if you don't manage to kill the boss on your own, since there are all of those people killing you as soon as you get near it. Back on my private server, let's check out this new armor. I gotta farm some corals first though. Alright, here we go. Chestplate, pants, and helmet. Let's also get the trident and the shield, why not? So before I show this, I'll have to warn you. Many people got falsely banned from the game because of the anti-cheat thinking you're speed hacking. This is actually fixed now. If you already false banned for 21 days, you should be unbanned now. So it's safe to use the Atlantis armor and the trident now. So, on my version, this is actually in all private servers. The underwater perks of the armor got temporarily removed, except for the fact that it increases your oxygen level max to 300, which is still pretty good. The trident has a special ability, by the way. If you press your jump button twice, you get this dash boost. You can see the trident's cooldown in your hotbar, 10 seconds between each boost. And this is so good since you can use the trident while having the scuba gear on. This is pretty cool, since this is the first item in TSG that has an ability like this. All of the items have a unique description too, by the way. And this armor even looks good when wearing it. Just literally awesome. Oh, and thanks Stefan for letting me know that the sushi meal now costs an additional 5 corals. Yeah, that's pretty nice that they updates an old item like that. Only one more thing to look at. The bubble spawner. I got all the materials now. Let's just place it right here. Do I see? It spawns bubbles as soon as you're near it, I guess. And yes, it regenerates enough oxygen so you can actually stay alive underwater. Basically forever. If you have enough food, yes, this is awesome. I'm already excited to see all of these underwater builds. Yes, this is actually everything for this update. In my opinion, this is probably the best update yet in TSG. Leave your rating in the comments. And make sure to like if you like this video. Thanks for watching and bye. Subscribe.